Hello everyone, in today's Cretaceous profile remake, we're going to be doing is Neovenator is a genus of Carcharodontosaurine theropod dinosaur. It is known from several skeletons found in the early Cretaceous, Hultarian and Barrenian, 130 to 125 million years ago, in the Wessex Formation on the south coast of Isle of Wight, southern England. It is one of the best-known theropod dinosaurs from the early Cretaceous of Europe. The first bones of Neovenator were discovered in the summer of 1978 when a storm made part of the Grange Chin collapsed. Rocks containing fossils fell to the beach of Bristone Bay on the southwestern coast of the Isle of Wight. The rocks consisted of plant debris bed L9 within the variegated clays and minerals of the Wessex Formation, dating from the Birmingham stage of the early Cretaceous about 125 million years ago. They were first collected by the Henwood family and shortly afterwards by geology student David Richards. Richards sent the remains to the Museum of the Isle of Wight, now Dinosaur Isle. The British Museum of Natural History in the latter institution, paleontologist Alan Jack Charig determined that the bones belonged to two kinds of animal, iguanodon and a theropod. The iguanodon later referred to Manatellisaurus and ultimately made the separate genus Bristonius generated the most interest in the early 1980s. A team was sent by the BMNH to secure more of its bones. On that occasion, an additional theropod tail vertebrae was discovered. Several amateur paleontologists, among Keith and Jenny Simons, now began to search for additional remains of the predator. Ultimately, the total of secure bones include a snout, teeth, a front lower jaw, most of the vertebral column, ribs, belly ribs, chevrons, the left shoulder girdle, pelvis bones, and a hind limb. These were accession under numbers BMNHR 10001 and MIWG 6348. They equaled approximately 70% of the skeleton in 1985. Excavation undertaken by Steve Hutt of the MIWG revealed two vertebrae on the second individual specimen. MIWG 5470 in 1987. Jenny Simons found a third skeleton containing vertebrae of pelvic bones, specimen MIWG 6352. A fourth individual found by Nick Oliver is represented by specimen IWCMS 2002. 186 consisting of a lower jaw, parts of the cervical vertebrae, and limb elements in 1990. The material then considered a possible new species of Megalosaurus was provisionally described by Hutt, having mistaken the ischium of MIWG 6352 for the pubic bone. Hutt suggested that this specimen represented a separate species. In 1996, Steve Hutt, David Martell, and Michael Barker named and described the type species Neovenator celeri. The specific name celeri honors the landowners of the site, the Celero family, in view of the large number of individuals involved in the discovery process. It was considered improper to single out one of them as discoverer. The holotype is the skeleton accession as BMNH R10001 and MIWG 6348. In 1999, Hutt dedicated his unpublished master thesis to Neovenator. In 2008, Stephen Lewis, Burlstate, Roger Benson, and Hutt redescribed the species in great detail. In 2012, teeth indistinguishable from those of the holotype of Neovenator were found in the Inguilitic bone bed, France, dating to the Permian. And for its size, Neovenator was measured approximately 7 meters or 23 feet in length and was of a gracile build, weighing 1 metric ton, 1.1 short tons. Specimen MIWG 4199 indicates an individual with possible length of about 10 meters, 33 feet, but only consisted of a toe parallax, and its position in Neovenator is dubious. Several traits that once were thought to be unique or anthropomorphic for Neovenator's subsequent research showed to have been shared by other theropods. The nostrils are large but not commonly so. Having pneumatized rear back vertebrae is normal for Carcharodontosaurids. Elevated pair nasal crest are shared with Allosaurus. Denticles continuing over the tooth apex are today known from other species. In 2015, it was reported that the front of the snout of Neovenator contains a complex system of neurovesical canals, functionally sensory organs. This trait is also known from Spinosauridae and was there explained as an adaptation for search of prey in water. It was doubt, however, whether Neovenator used its system for the same purpose. At the time that it was described by Steve Hutt and Martell and Barker in 1996, It was considered only known allosauride in Europe. However, further studies suggested it had more common with advanced Cretaceous group of allosaurs, and several studies including a detailed examination of the species by Benson, Carnot, and Brewstedt. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing the names. In 2010, suggests that it was closely related to the Cretaceous in the group Cretaceous, but it is actually closer to the Megaraptorans, together with them forming the family Neovenator. Other studies have supported Neovenator being a Cretaceous and Megaraptorans being Tyrannosauroids. And for its paleoecology, fossil remains of Neovenator have been found on the Isle of Wight of southern England, and were first discovered in the 20th century. Neovenator perhaps existed alongside other dinosaurs found in the Wessex Formation of the early Cretaceous period, such as Ceratops, Neovenator, Baryonyx, Polycanthus, Iguanodon, and Eotyrannus. The hollow-type bones were mixed with those of herbivorous iguanodontines, Bristonius, and in dig site also remains of fishes, amphibians, lizards, pterosaurs, and Gophiolidae were present. Neovenator was likely the apex predator of its ecosystem. And that's it for Neovenator. Like and subscribe, and see you later, guys.